Hi everybody, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. I am glad to be with you here tonight. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Give just a second for folks to find us. I kind of started on a new hobby endeavor. It was my first attempt at making sourdough bread. And although it's not perfect, it wasn't too bad. I'll be doing it again. So if any of my friends, especially if you're local, if you guys need any sourdough starter, I've got a great starter. It's a couple 100 years old. So it's very strong. It wasn't the problem. The baker is, I'm not a baker. So anyway. I've also been watching about the fires out in Los Angeles. If any of you are from Los Angeles, I hope that you're all safe and sound and away from the fires. My son lives out there, but he's about 10 miles from the nearest fire, so he's safe for now, but I'm in touch with him and he is watching things closely. Anyway, okay, so let's get going. Let's start some business first. Please, if you like my video for tonight, please share my video, comment, share down in the comments, and then your name will be entered in a drawing to win the project I'm working on tonight. Last week I made this birthday pocket card using the fruit salad, I think it's called, Designer Series paper, which is free during celebration. Celebration's going on now until the end of February, and it's the best time of the Stampin' Up! Year because for every $60 purchase you get to choose a free item. There's stamp sets, there's Designer Series paper, there's ribbon, there's some embellishments, I think there's sequins. There's one bundle, I believe, that you can get stamps and coordinating dies for a $120 purchase. So there's a lot of good stuff. And it's a fun, they always have cute stamp sets. So this card, because she commented that she shared, and then her name was chosen when I did my drawing. This is going to go out to Ann Johnson. So Ann, I will get this out to you as soon as possible. I always appreciate you popping on and sharing my videos. So tonight I'm going to do a card with a super cute stamp set out of the new mini catalog. Let me switch my view. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. First of all, if you're watching me on YouTube, welcome. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, and once you do that, click the little blue bell and you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Okay, now we can talk. I'm going to switch my view to my hands, and this is the really cute stamp set that we are going to use tonight. Oh, hold on, I'm trying to grab my catalog here. It's called One More Year, and I just love that dog. He is so cute. Let's see what page, let me find what page he's on here. One More Year's on page 59 of the catalog. Yeah, now that the catalog's gone live, I can share the inside of it. So, yeah, it's right there. It doesn't have a coordinating stamp set, although you can certainly die cut or fussy cut things out. But really, they're nice, they're small, they fit nice on a circle. And that's what I'm going to do tonight. So, I decided I'd make this for my son because his birthday is on the 24th. And don't ask me how old he is. He's one of the 30s. I think he's 34. Going to be 34, but don't hold me to that. I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right. But anyway, so this was the card I designed. And so because it was for him, I did it in blues. I wanted to do it in pinks, oranges, and salmons and all that color, all those kind of colors. But since I'm going to send it to him, he'll like the humor in it. I did some blues. We used to have a pug too. Pugs are great dogs. Everyone in the family loved that dog. But anyway, so I am going to show you how to make it super simple, okay? And again, if you don't have this designer series paper or you don't have some of the products, it's really easy to swap out. You know, this card could be made with for a woman. Just switch out the color, switch out the designer series papers, all you have to do. So my base is Boho Blue. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and I folded it in half. And this designer series paper is 5 1/4 by 4, and this is the Countryside Inn. This is the back side of it. I have to remember to look at the back side of designer series papers, so I don't always do that. Oh, I gotta show you one. When I was preparing for this, I gotta show you the back of a designer series paper, and I'm like, oh, I like that. And I almost used it for this card, but hold on here. I'm going too fast. It's not quite even. So, okay. Let me show you this paper here real quick. This is paper from the mini catalog. It's the Friends of the Ocean paper, and it's got lobsters and crabs and all things like that. And it's got some great back side of the paper too. You know, that's on the back of each side. Let's see here. That. But this is the paper I wanted to show you. That's actually the front side, but look at that. Isn't that cool? I like that paper a lot. I'm going to have to find a special project for that one. But you know, sometimes the papers, they don't, you know, I don't think I'm going to really like them, and then I really turn out that I do. So let's see, let me get my little mat here. I think I'll go ahead and I'll just start with the sentiment first. Okay, so this little piece of white is 5/8 by 3, but I'm going to be honest, when I'm stamping a sentiment, and I am going to just cut it straight. There we go. Let me turn that over. We'll do the back side. And I'm just going to cut it into a straight square. A lot of times I'll just find a strip, I'll stamp on it, and then I'll start trimming it up, and that's how I get to my measurements. So don't fret. Just stamp it and cut it down, you know, cut it down. Let me see if I can get this about centered here. That's pretty good. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. We'll come back. There's more to stamp, but we'll get there in a minute. So then we're going to put that on a piece of Boho Blue, which is the same color as our base. And that piece is 3/4 by 3 1/4. Okay. But what I want to do is, just to jazz this up a little bit, I want to put banner ends on it. Okay. So what you do is you cut up. Let me zoom in a little bit here so you can see. Okay. So you cut it up here, and then you go from the corner up to the top of the piece you cut, or the cut that you made, and then like that. Okay, it's not exactly even. Let me see if I can even that out. We had an old punch, and I still have it, that did the really nice one, and I kept it because sometimes if I'm making a bunch of them, I don't have the time. So I'm going to do this about the same. But you know, it never turns out exactly right when you're doing it on camera. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to put it on this piece here. Again, I could have put it on a piece of designer series paper. I could have put it on a piece of or on top of a ribbon or something like that, but I just, oops, let me go out. Sorry, I forgot about that. But I decided to do this. And again, now I'm going to do the same thing, just leaving a bit of a margin all the way around here. This one's actually easier to cut because I can see my cuts better. See how nice that looks? I'm gonna do the same thing here. So, not perfect, but you know, again, it's okay. It's a homemade card. And I wouldn't send a card to someone who would complain about that not being perfect anyway. Okay, now we're gonna work on our dog. I'm gonna call, if I call this dog Loki, don't mind me, that was our pug's name, so. I'm convinced our dog stuck his tongue out at us like that. Now, I've had issues on this stamp set getting the halos around, you know, when I've stamped. So I don't know if it's just me or what. I don't think it's a stamp set. I think it's just me, but both of these I've had issues with. So I'm trying to not get halos. There we go. That's good. Now, before I go any further, I need to get my piece of scrap paper out. And I'm going to take my Boho Blue ink and put some starbursts around. That's one of the stamps in the set. And the reason I'm doing this before I color is because this is one of the stamps that I got the halo with. And of course, I already had him all colored and everything like that. So I'm just barely touching this. So I'm just gonna kind of go around here. And go like that. Okay, and that was in Boho Blue. Pull my stuff over here that a little closer that I need. It's going further and further away. Okay, now I'm going to color this in. I'm going to use my blends. Let me do this here so you can look at the colors while I'm coloring. Now I'm going to use the light. Well, I'll do that right there for a second so you can see all the colors I've used. Oh, I don't know. It's not going to work. Okay, well, there we go. I'm going to use the light basic black, the light crumb cake, the light pretty in pink, the light boho blue, and the light balmy blue. So they're all lights. This is the black. We're going to do his tongue in this. Not his tongue, his nose. Good grief. I tell you. And now we're gonna do the tongue in the light pretty in pink. Oh, okay. Now most of him is going to be in the light crumb cake. Most pugs are fawn, which is this light brown, or else they're black. I suppose we could do him in black, but then we'd have to do something else to be able to see his other features. I don't know. I think it would be hard. I'm not saying it couldn't be done, but it would be hard. So we're going to make him fawn. This is like the color my Loki was. Sometimes pugs have some black on them, like around their wrinkles and stuff, but you know what? I'm not going to get too worried about that. Because he's just a cutie. He's being sassy. Pugs are sassy. They're one of the oldest breeds of dog. They were bred as guard dogs to the Tibetan monks. Go figure. Okay, so then I am going to take my light boho blue for the hat. I'm going to work on the hat here. I don't use this paint end, the brush end very often because it's so easy to mess it up. But there we go. And then this is the light Balmy Blue. There we go. He's cute. And you know, whenever you're coloring with your blends, you want to make sure there's nothing underneath it that can get ruined, because they will bleed through a little bit. And you know what, I'm gonna just, it's got a little light spot on him. I wonder, you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. Sometimes I just don't know when to stop. You know what I mean? Does that ever happen to you? Oh, I'm just gonna do one more thing, and then you screw it up. Oh, and I don't know if you can see it. I put Stella on those starbursts. So I got a little, this one's about done, but let's see here. I just put some like Stella. It's very subtle, but does add the interesting little bit of glimmer. Of course, it's for my son. I don't want too much glimmer. He's not into the glimmer. Okay, where are my dimensionals? Here we go. Put 3 on. I have this thing. If I can fit at least two dimensionals on, I like to do 2, because I found sometimes with 1, the piece can twist a little bit. So if I've got 2, it keeps it from twisting. And if it's a circle like this, I find that 3 seems to be a pretty good number. Don't really need 4, it's a little bit overkill. Okay, and this is our sentiment. And you know what? You could use these images. You could use this dog. You can pair it with another stamp set, a sentiment from something else. Hold on. Actually, I think this sentiment would be really good for somebody who next year has a landmark. Is that the word I'm looking for? A significant birthday. You know, like something that ends in a 0. Yeah. Okay. These are the 23, 25 in color opaque sparkle dots. And this is Boho Blue, so we're going to take a couple of those. Like this. I think they show up so nice on this. And then we are going to put a little bit of baker's twine. This is the 3-color pack. There's 3 spools in here. This is Balmy Blue. I think that's Lemon Lolly, and I don't remember what that one was. It's one of the, I want to say Coral, Calypso Coral. But anyway, it carried over from the last catalog, as I recall. So it's been with us for a little while. So here we go. Oh, and I wanted to let everybody know that next weekend, Friday and Saturday, are my in-person classes here at my home. So if you're local to me and you're in mid-Michigan and you'd like to attend, let me know. You've got to RSVP by Tuesday. That's tomorrow night, okay? Now I'm going to show you how to make a bow. I made a double bow because it gives it just a little bit more presence. So I've doubled the twine, the baker's twine. Let me just go in. Why is it not wanting to? There we go, because I was hitting the wrong one. Let me go in. Hi, Loki. Okay, so treat these 2 together as if they're 1, okay? Don't worry that there's 2. You're making 2 loops, and you're just going to tie them together. So you got to get both strings through the little hole, and it's just like, I have people that struggle with this way of tying a bow. And I think, so you can see right there, I've got my bow. Whoop. I've got my bow. But I think what confuses them is this extra loop down here. Because you folded your string in half, your twine in half, that's one of your tails, for lack of a better. I could have used a little less baker's twine because I just want a tiny little bow around his neck. I'm not really putting it around his neck. I'm just, let's see here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on him, and then I'm going to cut it off. So I'm going to use a glue dot. Okay, let's... Why does this not want to go out? There it is. Okay. I was touching it, trying not to move it too much. So I took one of the glue dots and I kind of roll it up in a little ball. I'm going to put right on the knot, okay? And we'll put the knot. This time I'm going to put it a little more sideways so it doesn't get in the way of his tongue. So we want to see that sassy little tongue. Then I'm going to cut these pretty short. There we go. Now he's got himself a little bow. Now we are all done. And we've got the cutest little birthday card for one of the sassiest people you know. Because I think that's a great one to send to them. So I hope you liked tonight's project. And I tried to show you, give you a couple little tips, you know, about tying the baker's twine and making the little banner edges. So, I don't have anything else. I will see you next week, Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for Stamping with Denise. Bye, everybody. Have a great crafty week. Bye.